My name's Denise Minagram, and I'm the founding director of Franklin County LOS, Local Outreach to Suicide Survivors. My son, Dre, took his life in 2012, and my husband and I learned very quickly that suicide loss was unlike anything we'd ever experienced. And we found that peer support, interacting with other people that had lost somebody to suicide, was super valuable to us. They actually got us, they understood us, and we felt less alone. So we started LOS in 2014, ultimately to be an installation of hope to people that are bereaved by suicide.
Franklin County LOS is also a nonprofit that's local to Columbus, Ohio. They provide specific services to people who have lost loved ones to suicide. Within the household, there's a higher suicide rate if someone passes away or someone that they know passes away. So they go in and they reach out, kind of give them support to process that whole trauma and situation. So
Molly reached out to us at LOS and told us about the Skeleton Clique and how they're this fan club of the 21 pilots. They formed this Ohio Hopes event, and they wanted to name somebody that did work in the mental health and suicide awareness space as the beneficiary of the fundraising event. So we're super grateful to be part of the Kitchen Sink Project and their inaugural event that took place tonight.
Molly had reached out to me one day and she was just like, hey, do you think that we can do an event inspired by 21 pilots to, benefit a nonprofit in Ohio? Previously to working at Kids in Distress, I worked at another nonprofit called Easter Seals. I actually worked the events department, so I had a lot of background. I had worked there for 4 years, and I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. Like, I have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of ambition, we can do this. Like, we just have to put a lot of work into it. We already have started to raise funds just through ticket sales alone. We've opened another GoFundMe. We have a silent auction. I think we're gonna have close to 30 to 40 pieces of just artwork and unique stuff that artists have sent in. We have some live performers that are coming. They're like a lot of local bands and stuff like that, or just, people who reached out and said they wanted to perform, and we were like, yeah, why not? We have shirts that we've gotten printed. I'm gonna do like a tie-dye stand, because the shirts are kind of just plain with our logo on it. And then we have a Super Smash Brothers tournament. That's going to be kind of fun. Anything that's raised day of is just going straight to Franklin. We're not getting any money from it. We're not receiving any profit from it. Any money that we have used is for the event, just to make the event what it needs to be, and then everything else is going straight to Franklin. So I'm an anxious person. Justin can attest to that. I think it's motivation too. Like, the nerves is like, I need to make sure I get my stuff done so that this event can be successful. And I've done events before, so I know the feel of it. Like, I can use it as momentum instead of being like too scared. So originally we were hoping to get like 200 people to come. So far we have, I think, about 40. To be honest, that to me is successful. If we can get to 50 and we can raise $3,000, I mean, man, we raised $3,000. Like, that to me is a success in itself.
These events are incredibly inspiring and important to my grief journey. I lost my father to suicide 4.5 years ago, March 15th of 2015. And, this is my profession and it's my career, but it's so much more than that. To be a member of the community of Hope, to actively participate, to be involved with supporting these events, supporting fellow survivors, to be supported each and every day is really magical. And it's a real honor. And I just would like to take the opportunity to go on record with that sentiment.
Even if at the end of the day we stop doing what we're doing because it gets difficult, things happen and it's life, we were able to, do something that most people wouldn't think they could do. Some people would just be like, no, there's no way. There's no way I could have done something this difficult and this hard. And I think Molly can attest to that the most. Molly's somebody who loves to question whether she can do things, but she always tends to pull things off. The fact that we're able to make even just a small difference to some small company or small organization, and that alone I want people to use as inspiration to move forward and just do small things for each other or for themselves. It doesn't need to be grand to be something that's good. So to always remember that.